Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. This season we are playing City of Mist, a noir-style game where myths and legends inhabit human hosts, for better or for worse. So I've been watching more Halloween movies with the kid, right? Because you know it's spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched, of course, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Of course,
Absolutely.
classic.
Classic.
Okay. All right.
She loved it. When we were at Spear Halloween, she loved all the Jack Skellington stuff, but just didn't know what it was from.
Okay.
Mhm.
But we also watched the original live action Scooby Doo.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh, absolutely.
is that the one?
It's so fucking good.
It's
the
so
souls are getting
good. It's
snatched?
The souls are getting
Yeah, I
snatched.
remember
Yeah, on
that one.
Spooky Island.
it's
Yeah.
underrated.
It's so
People forgot
good.
about it. It's so good. It's
And
Stellar.
honestly, so the animation, definitely 2000s kind of animation,
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
but it holds up.
Yeah.
It holds
Okay.
up pretty well.
I haven't seen it in a hot minute, so that's good to hear.
I
Because
remember
I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about the scene where the shrunken head, they're on the beach
Mhm.
and Shaggy is Velma. Is that who he ends up?
I
for a
think
They
second?
do
so.
end up
yeah.
Yeah,
switching
and
a
he's
bit,
on
yeah.
the beach, and there's the one guy that's living in the hut. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the scene I was thinking of, but I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, this
Wow.
when they switch
Mm-hmm.
souls,
Mm-hmm.
they do such a great job
Yeah, the
acting like
actors do
the
really
other
good.
Mm-hmm.
people.
They really
It's
do.
wild.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, they really
Because
do.
you don't appreciate that as a kid. But
Yeah.
watching it as an adult, I was like, oh my God.
Because as a kid, you're just like, yeah, they're in each other's bodies,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
But
obvious.
as an adult, you don't realize that they have to pretend
Fred.
to be the other people.
Like you're
Fred
pretending to
isn't-
be someone that's someone else.
Fred is in Daphne's body, and just the fucking part when he's just like, yeah, I get to see myself naked.
Naked.
It's so funny. They're married in real life.
Wait, really?
I didn't
Yeah.
know
Are
that.
they?
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Let me
awesome.
double check before I am telling
you're
lies,
listening-
but I'm pretty
Prince
sure.
Jr.
Fact check her
and
before she can
Sarah
check.
Michelle Gellar.
And then be like, ah, I got them.
Yeah, and I'm
Such a classic 2000s couple.
I remember thinking some of the scenes were so
yeah.
disturbing to look at, but they definitely should have been. They were the creepier scenes. I was like, hey.
Oh, dude, when they're in the haunted castle or whatever, and the food starts like the turkey opens up sideways, and there's teeth in there and everything. It's
Ah.
all animatronic, quote unquote, but it's
Uh-huh.
creepy shit.
Yeah, bro.
Dude.
That sounds
ugh.
like a nightmare.
I don't know if I ever saw this movie.
It was
It's so
pretty
good.
good.
We'll watch it when we go home.
Okay. All right.
They are married. They've been married since 2002,
Hell
which is
yeah.
probably
Wow.
about the same time that movie came out.
I love
Yeah,
that for
congrats
them.
for them.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
They're
wild.
today's sponsor.
They were just
It did
such
come out
an
in
iconic
2002.
2000s
Did
duo.
they get married because of that movie?
I,
I mean,
hope
prob-
so. I don't know. I'm not going to get into
Probably not, right? That
Probably
seems
not. That's fast.
like-
Well, I mean,
Not
the
the-
movie came out in 2002. You don't know how long they were filming beforehand.
Oh,
you know what
that's
I mean?
true.
Like,
Because
I don't
things,
know.
I feel like things just did not move as quickly back then.
Oh, they definitely didn't. It
Mhm.
was it took forever for things to come out. But yeah,
So, yeah.
anyway,
Okay, maybe they did meet on.
my
That's
new
so
favorite
cute.
power couple, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, new.
I know nothing
favorite
about
old
celebrities.
Power couple.
My
I mean, but
old favorite power.
they're
couple.
still.
Nope, they're old now.
No, but
I'm
yeah,
old
they
now.
were
But they're not a
power
new
couple
yeah,
until yeah.
But they're new to me.
True.
Oh, and Mr. Bean is
But,
in that
but
movie.
we're like,
He is.
it's not our
What?
fault.
Yeah.
How have I never seen this movie?
We're 20 years behind.
That's
That's a 21-year-old movie.
That's wild.
We're gonna watch this when we go
Oh,
home
okay.
because I need you
You
to.
need to watch it.
The
I'm
fact
down.
that you don't know live action Shaggy.
Oh, so
Matthew
fucking
Lillard.
good.
Oh, I've
Like-
seen the memes.
No. They're the memes don't do his acting justice.
He
Okay.
did
he is
All right.
beautifully.
Shaggy.
Yeah.
They do a really
Yeah.
good job.
He
on that
played
movie.
his a pretty wide variety of roles, wasn't he? Sorry, spoilers. The killer in Scream. One of
Whoa.
the killers.
I don't watch scary movies.
Same.
About as scary as I get on a daily basis is Scooby Doo. Um,
But he was one of the killers.
It's just so
Spoilers.
good. I'm a Rackra Rice.
yeah.
Thinking about terrifying animation, Misty and I watched the original Spooky Scary Skeletons
Oh my gosh.
video.
It's terrifying. I
It's-
hate it.
It's on Disney Plus right now. Okay. It's a black and white animation. So guess how old it is?
Oh,
20s.
Yeah. 1929.
holy shit.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's wild.
That's almost 100 years old.
Yeah, there's some like human centipede type stuff going on.
Oh,
this
gosh.
was during Prohibition, and
Yeah.
I want to point that out because a lot of the time people are like, "Oh, the animators, they were on something." They weren't.
They could not have
They
been.
could not have been.
No,
well, I'm sure they.
they-
I'm sure
they
they had
They
it.
probably
eventually.
still were.
That
But-
moonshine go crazy.
But
Or sorry, I've heard.
it is terrifying. I genuinely think it would have been less scary had they been able to have
Alcohol.
some sort of something because
they
it
would
was
have
so
a lot less
scary.
demons.
Yeah, yeah. The demons would be
Alcohol
suppressed,
their demon.
and I wouldn't have to see these skeletons like expand and contract and like wiggle around. Oh no!
Now I
really-
wanna watch that.
I think I
really
may have
scary.
seen
I will
clips
not
of it.
watch
But I don't
that
think
in
I've
front of
ever
our
watched
child,
it in
though.
completion.
She
thought-
honestly will probably think it's a bop,
She'll probably
She
just think it's funny,
Thinks it's
but
cool.
dude,
Yeah,
it is terrifying.
but you don't want to watch it in front of her because then she'll think it's cool, and then you'll have to continue to watch it.
My
on a
God,
loop.
my brother had an obsession with clowns
Ugh,
when they were like
Oh,
threatening
no.
people,
ugh.
and he was obsessed with it. And I was like,
Mm-mm.
I was out of the house at that point, and I was like, because he's like 12 years younger than me, but I was like,
I'm never coming back.
that's
Oh,
scary.
So last night, Stevie said, "Hey Google, play lullaby sounds,"
Mhm.
and I was walking right by.
Baby lullabies and nature sounds by Baby Lullabies.
I thought you had a Google Home down here.
Yep.
hey Google, stop.
Today's sponsor, Google.
That would be sick. Bro.
So-
we
Google,
money.
hit us up.
So Stevie said that phrase, and I was walking just right by the stairs. You know, we had most of the lights off because we were trying to get the kid to bed and everything. And then all of a sudden, I just hear shh, getting louder and louder. So I'm like looking down the fucking stairs, like, what the fuck is happening
It
here?
was hush. It was like,
But like a cacophony of like shushing.
because it was playing from my phone and on the Google.
I
thing.
hate
That
that.
is wild.
Yeah, I fucking panicked a bit because like Stevie was turning up the volume at the same time. So it sounded like it was getting louder. I don't know, like something was coming up the stairs. And I was like, fuck.
But it was pure darkness
Yeah.
because that's what our child requires right now.
I too would have gone to fight or flight.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
hate-
yeah, that's
I
not-
hate that whole situation.
Yeah.
It's just hushing sounds. It was just several minutes of that.
I'm like, how is that calming?
I was about to say that sounds terrifying.
I feel like for parents of picky babies who need that to sleep, it's probably a great boon. But for everyone else,
I hope people think of me as a great boon.
Like Daniel.
just in general,
Daniel Boone.
Who's that?
He's great.
is that an actor?
A comedian.
I know the wild frontier.
I don't know who it is.
Oh.
I just knew based on
Wait,
the context
is
that
it
his
Daniel
last name
Boone,
had
like
to be
a-
Boone.
Let us know.
Today's
Who's
sponsor.
Daniel Boone?
I'm curious. I need to know.
What would they email us? Like, what would they let us know on? They would have to email. us.
LamalYou'restinky at gmail.com.
Yeah, or
or
just
let us know on
roleplay reading.
Instagram.
Daniel Boone was a famous frontiersman.
Oh, I was wrong. I
Lol.
think it was an actor. You had no idea. You
I don't
didn't
know
even
why
guess.
I knew that, but
It's a familiar name.
All that to say is I want to be a great boon to people.
You are.
Thanks, Queen.
You know what else is probably a great boon?
City of Mist.
Whoa.
The mythoses.
Yeah.
The mythi that we have.
They're Mythway.
Mythonk.
Mythway?
What did you say?
Yeah, Mythway.
Myth the Way?
Mythway. MYTHOI. Mythway.
Mythoi. Mythoi. Mythoi.
We're such a mature group of people.
Mythway.
Sorry.
It's raining.
It's raining.
I'm sorry. Can you pronounce it the right way again?
Raining?
Mythway.
Mythoi. Okay, it sounds a lot less dumb when you say it. Sorry.
I
don't
feel
know-
like it sounds really dumb because you know how like everybody has a different accent.
Not me.
I just feel like it's just too much. Mythway. Myth.
Mythoi.
Anyway, we're not going to say that word very often.
Today's word of the
Um,
day.
Okay, yeah, let's get into our day in the life. So, cool part about A Day in the Life is that we can kind of run through some roles if we want. But the main point is really getting to know our own characters personally and our table getting to know our character, right? So, is there anybody who wants to start out in particular? What we're going to do is we're going to go through your typical Friday up until trivia night. And then once everybody has gotten to trivia night, we will then have a trivia night and we'll see how well you guys do.
Oh no.
I'm gonna do so poorly.
No.
What time does trivia night start?
6 p.m.
So from what I have seen, it's usually around 6.
I'm so smart. That's the
so-
only trivia I'm gonna
Okay,
do right.
so probably do it from like 6 to 8. That's a lot of trivia. I don't
No,
know.
it's usually pretty long.
Yeah, because usually you like eat dinner.
Yeah,
while
so you're
doing
drinking, you're
trivia.
eating.
Yeah.
They
And
got
then,
live
like,
music playing.
Yeah, the one that Joseph and I have gone to, you fill out a paper as a team, and then after each round, the tables switch papers, and you correct the other tables, and then you switch them back, and it's like a whole thing. So yeah, probably about 2 hours
Okay.
every Friday is what you're looking at.
Just trying to figure out if I work on Friday as well.
So yeah, that's part of why A Day in the Life exists.
So we
Right?
work the lunch shift and then get off at like 5:30.
No.
Okay.
I also imagine it would have been sped up because I mean obviously Trivia on Tap, they have technology with it, so each table would have their own little display screen that you type in
Oh.
the answer, so that then there can be no cheating.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
it's kind of like when you go to like a Chili's or an Applebee's now, and they want you to like pay and order using
the console?
screen.
Kind of like, please
But
don't
they-
fucking interact
Trivia,
with us.
Trivia on Tap, they actually work, which is great.
That's wild.
Whereas at a Chili's,
Maybe
they
this is
never
crazy.
do.
I've never had one of those things not work.
Oh, they never
I've
work.
always had it work.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
you're
you're just unlucky.
No.
No, I've had them not work too.
Sorry,
I think
maybe
you
the
guys
ri-
are unlucky.
Yeah, maybe you're hated by technology.
I've had it work a couple of times, but on average,
You should
like,
go to less sketchy Chili's.
Yeah,
I
or
feel
Apple.
like
Hard task.
all Chili's are slightly sketchy.
Yeah.
But I'm here for the chips and salsa. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mm.
Chili's is just Waffle House.
But cold.
I like the cheesecake.
Stop it. Okay. Is there anybody who wants to go?
Sure,
You do?
Ah, okay.
unless you want to go.
No, go ahead.
Fight.
Okay.
You have to box.
So Professor, I'm not going to speak like that this whole time because that would be aggravating.
Yeah. Only when
Um,
you're actually speaking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Professor Alexander Cross, already awake at his 6 o'clock alarm,
Wow.
gets up and finally out of bed. He lays in bed until his alarm goes off. He has a routine. He likes to stick to it. He gets up and he already has his coffee maker running as he pre-fills the beans so that then it can all run at scheduled times. So he gets up, takes his mug. He is one of those guys who only uses like one set of silverware, one bowl, one plate for every meal. Like after the meal, washes it, places it back on the drying rack, and then we'll take it from the drying rack to use it again.
I did that when I lived by myself in an apartment for a while.
That makes
It
a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Dude, it's wonderful.
It's based.
Like, life is so simple when you only have one of everything.
But he gets up, drinks his morning coffee, looks out his condo window to see the city around. It's obviously raining, but Professor Cross here actually enjoys the nice soothing sounds of the rain. As then he goes over to his study and sits up at the desk and starts pulling out some of the books that he had already kind of lain about. Strangely enough, most of his home is pretty nice, neat, and orderly. But when you get into the study, it's just stacks and stacks of books. So he opens up the book to where he left off last night. The hymn to Enlil. Well, I doubt that they would go back this far in ancient history, but must study, always must study. Enlil's commands are by far the loftiest. His words are holy, his utterances are immutable. And he just continues kind of like reading through up until about 10 o'clock when yet another alarm goes off. He then stands up, stretches a little bit, and then does just some simple kind of like calisthenics. before he ends up going to a local coffee shop that he likes to have his lunch at.
Is that local to his neighborhood or
Yes.
okay?
It's maybe a block or two away. It's kind of like small mom and pop kind of a thing. He likes their sandwiches.
So is he going for another cup of coffee or is he just going for the sandwich?
Just going for the sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you walk in and Lily, who's usually there on the weekends, Friday is part of her
Mhm.
weekend. She looks at you and says, "Oh, hello. Nice to see you."
Nice to see you again. I'll just have the usual.
Absolutely. I'm already heating it up. And she goes and toasts your sandwich. She kind of knows your routine well enough that around this time she starts prepping your sandwich.
Mhm.
She gets it all ready. As soon as you walk in, she pops it into the toaster like it's
Yeah.
clockwork.
But yeah, I think he sits down at this point. I imagine doesn't have to wait too long for the sandwich. But then just kind of like eats and tries just to take in his surroundings a little bit. Yeah, I find it actually quite helpful to take a break from the books every now and then. And it leaves plenty of time to imagine the theories and the scenarios and the purposes behind all of these different individuals. Now, why did this hymn of Enlil actually be created, I wonder? Internal monologue that he's having as he's eating his sandwich. But at that point, then he goes to his next stop that he normally goes to. It is a hobby store.
To buy a hobby.
Actually, it's to buy more paints and a new paintbrush. As you see, Professor Alexander Cross enjoys creating dioramas of ancient battles.
That's so cute.
That's pretty sick.
Meticulous to the point that not like for use for with wargaming or anything like that. No. But he does try and like hand paint and craft, sculpt a little bit some of like the armor and tries to get it as like historically accurate as possible. And like will research papers and books until he figures out that like, oh, this Roman general was actually positioned here rather than here, and then we'll like adjust it a couple centimeters over.
Dude, that is really cool. That's like museum quality dioramas.
Yeah.
So I am actually going to use this as a chance to do our first roll
Ooh.
of the game.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to have you do an investigate roll. You have been on the hunt for this particular color of beige. It's very important because it's a little more tan than your normal cream color, but it's not tan. And it's this right in between. And you could mix it, but you need a decent amount of it, and you don't want to have to mix it because you need to use it for the undershirts of these particular Roman soldiers that you've been working on
Well,
lately.
yes, this company of Roman soldiers had a unique tanning process in which they actually put a certain kind of lavender-like oil onto the hides as they were curing in order to give off this interesting palette, interesting color.
And because you need so much of it, you've just been hoping that you would find it at a hobby store. This is the one that you frequent quite a bit. It's literally just called Hobbies. But they haven't had any new stock recently.
Mm.
The clerk, though, like about 3 weeks ago, told you that they should be getting a new shipment in today. And that's why you are specifically here right as they open at 10:30. And you're just investigating to see if that perfect color is actually here, because you heard that the paint brand that you normally go with is coming out with a few new colors. And so your fingers crossed, no pun intended, that
Hey,
there will be what you're looking for.
Because
So, how does this roll work? I have 2d6. Now, do I pick certain power tags
Yep.
that would associate to this?
Yep. And then again, this is kind of a conversation, right? So you'll say whatever power tags you think work. And similar to how we did Lady Blackbird, if I'm like, that's stretching it, we'll probably not count it. But whatever you've got, go ahead and.
Okay. And this can be across the different themes?
Yep.
Okay. So, I would like to then use my ancient lore training power tag. I mean, given that I've dealt so much fucking research into this, I know exactly what color I want.
Okay.
And effective teaching, because not only do I have to know it, I have to tell the clerk exactly what I am looking for in an effective manner.
Okay.
And with that, I don't know. Do you think efficient planning would be good?
I think this is one of those things where like you can't really
can't
like
control it.
you know what the color is, but like whether it's there or not, you can't really plan for.
Okay, I'll just use those 2 tags then.
Okay,
And,
so that will add a +2 to whatever you roll.
Oh, baby, that's a 13.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you get in, and the guy at the desk says, "What can I help you with?"
Well, I was here a few weeks ago. I believe I spoke to one of your associates. It was for the certain, what did they call it? Maroon beige?
Maroon beige.
The paint. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we just got a shipment in. I don't think I've unboxed all of it yet. Give me a second.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll just be over perusing the wolf hair brushes.
Uh-huh. And he goes into the back. Probably like 5-10 minutes later. You're getting a little worried at this point where you're like, did he just leave? Like, 'cause you can't hear any rustling in the back or anything like that. Like, it's just, and all of a sudden he comes back out and he's got a small box, just a cardboard box. And he says, honestly, I'm not really sure which one of these you're going to need, but these are all the beige looking ones that are new. So this one looks a little bit more red, but it doesn't specify.
Well, thank you, Garrett. I'll be. I can take it from here if you wouldn't mind just leaving it. I wasn't this one. No, I had the blue 34 in there. No, that wasn't it either. Oh, yes, perfect.
As you flip it over at the very bottom, you can see that it says maroon beige. He just did not look. But he's over at the counter ready to check you out whenever you're ready.
I found it right here, Garrett. Just adjust and I show the bottom of the bottle, the maroon beige here, and 2 more of these wolf hair brushes.
Okay. Your total is $42.68.
42. I suppose it is a necessary sacrifice.
It's expensive.
It was very expensive. Like
Quality
good
brushes.
Lord.
It's the brushes. They're nice.
I guess buying individual brushes is a lot pricier than.
They gotta hunt the wolves.
No, I think they just go out with a pair of scissors, just grab them.
The hard
run
part is
away.
having to catch them.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Do you want a bag?
No, I can carry it by hand, but I would like the receipts, please.
Here you go. Have a nice day.
Thank you again. Must be a new associate. Most people already know me from there, anyways.
And
yeah.
you would know, yes, he is very new. That's why he did not look at the bottom of the bottles. That's like very
I love that.
normal.
Yeah,
for the-
standard practice.
Yeah. But he's definitely definitely new.
Yeah. So then I think Alexander Cross spends the next. By the time that he gets home, he'll clean house until 1. Alarm goes off, and he will spend the next 2 hours painting, working on this actually quite large scale battle that took place in Marathon, actually. Just painting, and he spends the full 2 hours just painting the like the tanned leather underneath some of their armor on like 3 minis tops. Only that little piece, trying to get the detail just right.
He's pretty efficient if he's doing 3 minis in 2 hours.
No,
saying.
just the shirt though.
Just the shirt.
Still.
I mean, I do feel that it takes me
Eons.
eons for one.
Yep.
That's all green.
Millennia.
Um,
You talking about your snake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At which point, 3 o'clock rolls around. Alarm goes off. He studies for another hour. Prepares himself an early dinner. He usually does early dinners when it's trivia night because he knows he'll be snacking throughout the day or throughout trivia. And then kind of starts making his way.
Awesome.
He does not own a car, so he uses public transportation.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's honestly, this is such a large city that the traffic, it's not necessarily like always bumper to bumper or anything like that, but it is really inefficient. You've got some public transit that you can use. You've obviously got the ability to walk as well, but anybody who drives has really got to think through just how long they want to be in the car.
Yeah.
I heard one time, I've never been to Seattle, but I've heard that in Seattle you can spend like 45 minutes going 3 blocks.
Damn.
That's kind of the same vibe.
Okay.
So
I
it's
ain't
probably
driving
good
nowhere.
that he doesn't.
But he gets there an hour early, as he normally does. He does bring a book to read on the bus, and then also just before trivia, just brushing up the last little bits. He's now reading the Iliad for probably the 30th time.
It is literature night.
It is
at
literature
trivia,
night.
So.
Awesome. Cool. We will leave him at his cute little booth, and then we'll head on over to see how Orpheus is spending his Friday.
So, Orpheus also awakens to an alarm, but it's been going off for about an hour. Okay.
This feels a little personal,
I was about
but
to say.
What? He fell asleep on the couch. The TV is still on. It's now on some weird like midday news type stuff. And he opens his eyes and there is a ghost without a jaw above him. And he sighs deeply. Hey, Daniel. Hey, I'm telling you, man, if you can figure out how to write, this will go a lot faster. We don't have to do the mime thing. Just tell me what you want. And Daniel's trying to like emote something to him. Like, hey, like, learn how to pick up a pencil, move things around. I know it takes some work, but I don't got time for this. I've already missed my math class. And he goes into the bathroom and splashes some water on his face. Very, very deep bags under his eyes, and puts on a black Nirvana shirt, and then skateboards to his first class. All right. He's got his guitar on his back. He brings it to class, also has his like notes in there. He pulls them out during class and realizes he grabbed the wrong set of notes.
they're his math notes, aren't
There is math notes.
Mm.
And this is a earth sciences class, and they are useless.
they? Perfect.
Yeah, geology. And so he pretends to listen for a little bit, but in reality, he is just tapping out a beat. He's thinking about the gig that he has later on today. Nothing really big happens at school. He gets a paperback. It's got a C on it. He's doing okay. All
They
right.
get degrees.
Hey, passing's passing. And then I skateboard over to the local Southern bar, right?
Okay.
It's a like smokehouse type place, and I walk in, and the receptionist is like, "Oh, can I seat you?" It's like, "Oh no, I'm here to play." Like, "Oh, I see that with the guitar." Like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah. So, and I go to the little like stage platform area that they've got set up for me, and I start playing some Leonard Skinner, kind of Southern rock type things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to have you do a convince roll.
Okay.
Convince is to intimidate, persuade, command, charm, seduce, or negotiate.
Okay.
So I think we're kind of going to have this roll be, does the crowd at this bar actually enjoy your Leonard Skinner
Okay.
What was the second to last word in that list?
seduce?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you said.
Okay.
I might have said it really fast, honestly.
I would like to argue my performance power tag
Okay.
that's tied to my guitar.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
My dexterous fingers
Okay.
also tied to my guitar. Get
Okay.
your minds out of the gutter. And then my networking one from my gig work, because I know some of the wait staff from before, not the hostess, she's new, but I know a couple of the guys waiting tables. And
Okay. Yeah. And they can kind of, while they're passing stuff out, they can say like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's my buddy. Isn't
They're
he so
bopping.
good?"
Isn't he
And-
great?
Yeah.
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 So adding 3 to this.
Go for it.
It's easy. Easiest roll of your life.
All right, 9 total.
9 total. Okay. So, success with consequence. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, they're liking it. It's, you can tell that they were kind of hoping for something a little bit more country, a little bit more twangy, but they're like, yeah, he's good. They're not mad, but it's definitely not like standing ovation or anything like that.
I look up in the rafters and there is a rat up there. He's kind of bobbing his head too. He's getting into it.
We love a good rat.
All right. Yeah. And that is about it. As I am skateboarding to the trivia night, I do see 1 or 2 other ghostly figures. But I try not to make eye contact. I don't want another Daniel showing up in my apartment again.
Is Daniel
Boone?
it seems like he's a reoccurring ghost.
So-
Is
what
that because you looked at him? Like, how does that?
So Daniel died in a car crash near me,
Mhm.
and I made eye contact, and he was like, "You can see me," but it was more like because his face is all destroyed.
Yeah.
And ghosts often ask me for some sort of favor or something that can help them pass on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't get what I need from Daniel just yet, so I'm hoping that he learns some like Ghostbusters spooky moving pencils around, and I leave him a Sharpie and some Post-its every morning, but like I can't play charades with him all day. I've got classes to go to.
Yeah.
Just the worst roommate.
Yeah.
So with other ghosts, you kind of do the like, again, I know I reference Skyrim all the time, you guys. It's literally all I do. But like how you avoid random citizens talking to you because
Yes.
you don't want an extra quest. It's got it.
That's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
Perfect.
Yeah. And like, feel free to change this. You are God, GM, mistress of ceremonies.
Mhm.
but the way I see it is they don't see me as different
Mm-hmm.
than anyone else unless I start giving them attention. And
Yeah,
then
until
they're
they
like,
realize that you can see them.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't inherently know.
Yeah.
No,
that
they
makes sense
don't.
to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
And so, yeah, I skateboard on up to trivia night.
Are you on time?
I am 5 minutes late.
Oh, bro, same.
Yep. And kick up my skateboard, do that cool thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And then slot it onto my back, and my skateboard and my guitar make like a little X on my back.
Cute.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is really cool.
Can you imagine being a ghost and like no one can ever see or hear you? And then one guy just kind of looks at you weird and you go, "Can you see me?"
You're like-
and he goes, and you're like, and then you haunt him until he fixes your problem.
Dude,
You would not believe the week I
gotta help
had.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you mentioned it a little bit. What does your character look like?
Oh, he is stereotypical short emo guy.
I know a guy like that.
Okay. Black nails, kind of longer black hair, very
Is it naturally black or does he get it dyed?
he gets it dyed.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't imagine he gets it done.
Well, he probably does it in his
he-
sink. It's like
Mhm.
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
water splotches all
Mhm.
over. It's supposed to be white porcelain,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Yeah.
When he does it, he does not use gloves, so his hands are just like low key blackish, bluish,
Hey.
purplish. Mm-hmm.
His roots are
Yeah,
always really
That's
grown
exactly what it is.
What about you, Professor Cross?
So constant slacks and a button up.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Usually of like pretty neutral colors, blacks, beige, kind of a thing. As far as button ups go, he goes with like darker greens,
Mhm.
darker blues, things like that. But he definitely likes his most common attire is like a brown slacks, a green kind of plaid button up, and then a brown vest and overcoat with a matching kind of brown fedora that he likes to wear.
He's
Uh,
so cute and
he-
old.
Yeah, he white hair, white beard.
His age is
No.
not old, but his personality
No, we
is
don't-
so
yeah.
cute.
We don't
and
gotta
old.
pretend like he's
Uh,
pretty
this is
old.
a bit
Librarian. Yeah.
He actually does bring along a cane that he rarely uses.
Mhm.
It's mostly just if he has to stand too long, he'll kind of like lean on it for a little bit of
Mm.
support. But most of the time, he has it in just his hand carrying it.
So are you wearing the green shirt today?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
get dressed up for
Yeah.
trivia night.
So as I go to sit down, I'm like, oh, hey, look who's ready to party. And that is my day.
Awesome. Okay.
I start my day on my walk home from work at like 5 in the morning.
Oof. Oof.
I mean, like it's normal for me.
Yeah.
So,
But oof. To me.
and
And
I,
as always, it's a little rainy. It's a
Yeah.
little dark. It's a little gloomy. You've got some of the stereotypical neon signs that kind of light your path with like a few street lights. But it's also 5 in the morning on a Friday. And so while there's a few more cars on the road than a couple hours before, it's still pretty quiet as you're walking home.
sorry, it is quiet, but my chair is not. Sorry.
Today's sponsor, chairs.
So I have a box of food in my hands. It's just leftovers from like just the
It was gonna
kitchen
get
made
thrown out.
extra food. Or just it's typical. That's usually kind of where I get my dinner,
Breakfast.
breakfast, whatever it is
Yeah.
when I leave. So I walk home because I live like a few blocks away from where I work. But there's just like a wild change in the environment because I work at a pretty fancy bar, but just a few blocks away, it's not so fancy. It's not bad necessarily, but it's not like middle class or anything. So
Hasn't been gentrified yet.
yeah, it's not the safest area to live in, but
Mm.
it's not the least safe.
Mhm.
It's like a and I go up to my apartment. It's like an okay sized apartment. Like a lot of stuff about her life is just kind of like average, just
Yeah.
normal. So she goes home, heats up her dinner, breakfast. Tries to be quiet, opens the microwave before it goes off because her roommate's still sleeping
Oh, what a good roommate.
because it's 5 in the fucking morning. Well, by the time she gets home, it's like 5:30. But so she eats, scrolls on YouTube, and after she eats, she plays video games for a little bit and then goes to sleep.
Did you know microwaves can be silenced so that they don't do that?
I didn't.
Now you know.
I didn't.
What?
Yeah, most microwaves nowadays come with a feature where you can silence them. So when your food's done, it will just be done.
But then I will forget about my food.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is fair.
You have
That's
to
a
go
nice
into, like,
feature, though.
developer options or something.
There's like
what
one of the
fuck?
buttons you hold for like 3 seconds and it silences your microwave.
Yeah, you have to
That's
go
fair.
into.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because you like never really hold buttons on a
Mhm.
microwave. You're just like,
Bap.
No,
Beating the shit out of your microwave.
absolutely not.
Just want to insert that fact. Fact of the day. Factoid of the day.
well, if
Have-
your character had told my character that, she wouldn't have to do that.
He won't.
Have I showed you guys that famous pickup lines from history?
Mm.
Anyway, there's a Daniel Morse,
There's a lot of Daniels.
like the Morse code guy.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, and he's like, I would love to tap that.
Okay, no, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, what does?
And then I wake up.
it was 7.
What were you saying?
I was gonna ask, what does your character look like?
She's also just kind of average. I don't know. She's got long hair, long brown hair. She wears reading glasses, but she doesn't wear glasses most of the time. But like when she's scrolling on her phone, she has to wear her glasses. Otherwise, we'll just be like, "Oh, what the fuck does this say?" She's got a face.
I bet she does.
Mm-hmm. She wears just normal people clothes. I don't know.
Are they colorful or are they all black?
They're all pretty like. She'll wear colorful stuff every once in a while, but mostly just when the weather's nice.
Hmm.
Other than that, it's all like kind of like
Like neutral.
darker or neutral tones.
Yeah. Well, and for work, she has to wear black
Yeah.
for the bar. So
Yeah,
I
so
feel like she probably doesn't wear a.
She doesn't
I could be
venture out.
wrong, but
the color palette very much. So yeah, it's mostly like neutral colors.
Oh,
She's definitely got a wardrobe where she could kind of like switch things out pretty
Mhm.
seamlessly, and they'll all kind of go together.
everything goes with everything type deal.
I
Yeah,
love that.
That's pretty sick.
and then she wakes up later at like 3.
When she wakes up, she actually has an email notification.
Oh.
The sender is Mending the Broken at mendingthebroken.com.
Sorry.
You click on it and it's an introductory email. It says, hi there, Olivia. This is Tony from Mending the Broken. We have your we got a call from a concerned family member, and we're reaching out to see if you would like some of our services. We handle all sorts of different mental health cases, and specify, or not specify. Oh no, what's the word?
Specifically?
Specialized.
Specialize. Thank you.
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
And specialize in helping those in need. We will never reach out to you for your information. If you do think that this is something that you would like, please reach out to us there's a number there that you can call, or feel free to email me back at this number, and we'll take that as, or email me back at this address, and we'll take that as the okay to go ahead and call you from our end. Signed, Tony, Administration Officer, Mending the Broken.
Is it a .com or a .org?
It's a .org.
Okay.
I think I said .com
Cool.
earlier, but it's a .org.
Okay.
Okay.
It means they're
Well-
non-profit.
Is that what .org means?
Organization.
I can't profit as an organization.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a commercial, you need.
Oh, that
.com.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have any messages from family members?
Huh?
Do I have any messages from family members?
You do. You missed a phone call from your brother. It's a voicemail that's turned into a text, and it says, "Hey there, kiddo. Please don't be mad. Listen, I'm worried about you. So I called this place. It's called Mending the Broken. I think they could really help you out. And listen, I know it's none of my business, but I really think you should see somebody again. Love ya."
And just not like upset. I'm not mad. I'm just like, oh my God, bro.
Just disappointed.
I'm gonna text him back and be like, hey, I really don't think, like, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm probably not gonna reach out to them. I know myself well enough that I'll get help if / when I need it. Thanks though, love you. And I do like dumb sibling love
Emojis,
emojis.
yeah.
I don't know how to describe it other than that.
A slice
I
of
can't
bread,
think of the
a glass of
specific
milk.
emojis, but
2 onions.
He literally just sends a
It's
yellow
an inside joke.
thumbs up like onto your message. He doesn't even
yeah,
reply back.
that sounds right. And then I'm going to take I showered before I went to bed. And then I'm going to get changed into normal people clothes. With the jacket, of course, because it's fucking raining. Again. And then I'm going to grab an umbrella and head out.
Are you heading straight to trivia, or do you have errands
Yeah.
you're running along the way?
I don't have any errands that I'm running today. I try to not overbook myself on
I need to
Fridays
get
because
better
I
at
have
that.
trivia, and that's like errands. It'll just, my brain can't. There's errands and trivia can't be on the same day
Mhm.
That's fair.
unless I need it, in which case I will get it from a convenience store on the way back.
Well, and you have a designated day for errands, don't you? That's
Yeah, I
kinda-
typically do the weekends or my weekends on Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday. I can't remember. I'll like run normal like daytime errands that you can't do at night or stupid early in the morning.
Those are your days off? Those 2
Yeah.
days?
Yeah, I think you said it was Wednesday and Thursday, if I remember correctly. I can look it up.
I have the message.
Oh, it stopped raining. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. Sorry. Happens to me in real life sometimes. I'll be like, oh, the rain stopped.
Yeah,
And then it starts
Sunday.
raining.
Wednesday is the Sunday. Tuesday is the Saturday.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Tuesday and Wednesday
Yeah.
is your actual weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not quite burnt out from the work week yet.
And are you on time to trivia?
Yes,
Okay. So you're there before
I
OP
use
gets there.
I use the bus,
Nice.
so it's hard to be not on time.
Yeah.
Unless, or I'm just not going.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. It's my turn now.
Tis.
Tis. Alex wakes up. His dog gets out of bed. And then they go really, really quick. He pets him. And then he wakes up in workout clothes. And after taking his dog out really, really quick, he starts walking to work. Because I've decided that none of us drive. I didn't want to be the only one with a car.
Well, I mean,
in a
if
city,
you-
honestly.
Yeah, but I don't
if
want
you
one now.
Well, I'm just gonna say, if you want a car, it makes sense, right? Because you're a police officer. So,
Mhm.
like,
Well, I imagine I walk to work,
Oh.
and then when if I have to drive on the clock, I'll drive the
Yeah.
police car.
That
But
makes
otherwise,
sense.
I saunter.
You can also have a motorcycle
Or a
or
bike.
a bike or a
Jetpack.
horse. Cities have all sorts of weird police transportation.
That's
so
true.
just anyway, keep going.
Yeah,
Just
let the
think
dog
about
out. He pees, he poops.
I thought you
he
meant
goes
for
back.
normal transportation. I was
He
like,
just has a horse.
People-
In his
Yeah,
apartment.
the average
you were like,
citizen is
yeah,
riding
you
by
have
on a
like
horse.
a motorbike or a horse, and I was like, wait, that's not. the
Because
direction
I
of
imagine
that.
in an apartment building, you're on like the 3rd floor, and you're just like, "Come on, let's get up
I'm in the
there."
elevator with my horse.
You have to use the freight elevator.
What's your dog's name?
Soul. S-O-L.
Cute. Alexander.
That is cute.
No, it's just Soul.
It's
okay?
a
Soul
Me.
Alexander.
I'm just saying.
I know. It is a homage to that.
I love it.
I like to think that his hair is poofy like a lion's, which I don't think makes sense to any of you, because I don't think I ever voiced that the Feon Soul himself was like a lion in his
Oh.
like physical form.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
I didn't know that.
The extra lore
Lions
for
look
you.
like the sun.
There you go, Stinkies. Some
Mhm.
Easter
Yeah, there you
eggs for
go.
you.
But he walks to work. He gets there super early. Well, he gets there pretty early. He gets there at 7:30 so that he can meet up with his homies that like to work out before work. Because there's a gym in the police office
Ooh.
downstairs. So they meet up downstairs. They dab each other up. They go Friday Arm Day, baby, and they start hitting arms really hard, juicy. They get a pump, and then they work out for about an hour, and then they shower, and they all start getting dressed for work. And then he saves as much paperwork. He hates doing paperwork, right? Don't we all? So Alex saves most of the paperwork that he can put off for Friday morning. And it's Friday morning, so he begrudgingly spends his morning half of his shift signing stuff and like filling out reports on whatever he has to fill out a report on. And he hates it. And he's really mad about it. And then it's lunchtime, and he decides to go to this noodle place that he likes that sells noodles and stuff. It's called Noodles and Stuff. They have like all kinds of noodles and stuff. They got spaghetti, they got soups with noodles in it, they got ramen, which I guess is kind of
That was so funny. You got soup.
they got mac
Like
and
noodles?
cheese, they got anything that has noodles in it. They have things that shouldn't have noodles with it with noodles in it.
That is wild.
He gets a peanut butter and noodle sandwich because sometimes he just likes to try the weird stuff. It's whatever. And then
It's like this isn't a combination, not because like a normal combination, not because it's gross, but just because it's like,
yeah,
like, why
and
go through all the effort of making the noodles and putting them on the bread?
he found out that
Like,
some
it's
of their
just too
employees
much.
like to like just fuck around and be like, what could we possibly sell here? So they have like a menu that changes every week that is like custom creations, and it's just the most absurd shit. And but he saw that sandwich on there, he was like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot.
Dude, I would eat a baked mac and cheese sandwich.
A Big
Like,
Mac,
Ooh,
a Big Mac and
grilled
cheese.
That's just macaroni
put,
and
like,
cheese
mac
on the
and
inside.
cheese on the inside.
Or the
Ooh.
macaroni and cheese is grilled enough that you can use it as the bread.
Ooh,
TM
Whoa.
trademarked roleplay
yeah,
rejects.
noodles and stuff is ours now. I think that's
We said
actually-
it. That means it's ours.
yeah, TM. But in the afternoon, he gets back and he's done most of his paperwork, and so the rest of it he decides to just put off till Monday, which means it will be put off till Friday again. And then he and his partner walk around. I guess I like the idea of like walking around cops because I think that's cool. And then you go to like pass by neighbor places and they know you because you walk your usual route, and they
Yeah.
go, "Hey, you want a
Oh,
cup
I
of
like
coffee?" And you're
that.
like, "It's 2 p.m."
So you're a beat
and then you
cop.
take it. Yeah.
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 And then yeah,
That's so cute.
isn't it, bro?
What's
is.
your partner's name? If you don't have one, I can get you one.
Please.
Okay.
The panic.
Hold, please.
I'm holding.
It's okay. I don't know my roommate's name.
I'm flipping.
Sergeant Peralta, maybe.
No, it's
Sarn.
not. Sergeant. I can't speak. His name is
McLovin.
no.
Captain
His name
Holt.
is Cyrus.
Okay. With a CY.
Yeah, CYRUS.
CY Russ.
Are they the
Dalton?
same rank or does-
DALTON.
Okay.
That is his last name. So Officer Dalton, but you obviously call him Cyrus. Or some nickname if you want.
Yeah.
who
Okay.
outranks who? Or are they the same rank?
They're actually the same rank.
Okay.
And you guys are pretty lucky in the fact that you also picked up around the same time. So there's really not a lot of like butting heads or like
Mm.
seniority or anything like that between the two of you. You're able to kind of just get your job done and have fun with it. You both have been in law enforcement for quite a while now, and you're at a point where you get to kind of work on what you want to work on as far as like choosing your path, and like if you wanted to become a detective, like you have that door open to you. If you want to stay a beat cop, you can. Both of you kind of chose that route because, like you said, you like the ability to kind of know the people
Mhm.
and actually see what's happening around the city instead of having this like kind of ego about you that a lot of the detectives tend to have. And so you kind of bond on that too. The fact
Cool.
that you guys feel very similar, that it's your duty to know the neighborhoods and be there for the
The
people.
people. Is he a rift too?
Huh?
Is he a rift too? Are we rifts? Is that right?
So you're all rifts. He is not.
Okay.
He is a sleeper, and we'll get into that a little bit more if you want to explain your job further.
Okay.
But yeah, he is a sleeper, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. That's makes me sad. Not really like sad, but like like I wish I could bond with my guy.
Yeah,
know?
that's like the one thing you guys can't bond on,
Mhm.
which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like he would be bestie, but
But part of my life is hidden from him.
Yeah,
He doesn't know I fight crime. Except but yeah, we go to usual routes. We stop by the park for a bit and hang out with the youths.
Was that with an F?
And then we go back. We finish up for the day. Someone has a box of donuts for everyone, but I do not partake because I'm disciplined. And then I go home. I get back home around like 5:30, and I shower because I shower after work every day. That just kind of makes more sense, like after and before work. No, after working out and then after work, and
Yeah.
then
I mean, you played basketball for a little
Mhm.
bit with the kids, so like you need
I
it.
dunked on them too. I don't give a shit how young they are. But
You gotta show.
yeah, I gotta let them know. I gotta let them know.
Superiority, right?
Exactly. And then I start making my way to the bar for trivia night that I'm really bad at. But I've done no prep work, so it's like I'm gonna reap what I sown, you know?
Yeah.
I think I get there like a little late. Probably just a little later than OP
Okay.
Usher.
Yeah. Awesome.
'Cause
Well-
I was gonna say 5 minutes late, but I don't want to be a copycat, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
it's-
6 minutes.
Yeah, you guys kind of interchange which one of you is the later.
Mm,
You know, but you're both usually
not on time.
about 5 to 10 minutes late.
Mhm.
These two have come to expect it. They don't love it,
Mhm.
but you guys do win most of the time. So,
It'd be like that.
okay. Well,
Okay.
you guys are a little bit late, but they haven't started reading any of the questions yet. They've just passed out the code to log in for tonight's trivia.
Oh, stop. Sorry, it stopped raining for a second.
Hello, hello, hello. Are we ready for trivia?
Yeah.
Yay.
Woo.
Awesome.
Clink, clink, clink.
It sounds like we have a good turnout tonight. All right. As you guys know, or if you don't, good luck. You should have studied. As you know, tonight's theme is literature. We've got a good lineup of questions, and I'll read them twice. You know the drill. Write down your answer on the tablet. We'll tally everything up as it goes on. Okay, let's get this started. All right, our first question of the night. Who invented the word vomit?
I bet it was Edgar Allan Vomit.
I just don't understand what this actually has to do with literature.
All right.
frankly.
One more time. Who invented the word vomit?
It's got
I
to
mean,
be
it must be
Shakespeare.
a Latin origin. It's the
I
basis for
mean,
most of our
It might have been
typical
Shakespeare.
language.
Yeah, the farthest back I can think of Shakespeare.
Are we going with Shakespeare?
Sure. Yeah, that's better than nothing.
Okay.
All right,
Nope.
we lock in our answer.
Okay. You don't have to tell me. You can just look at me when you have like all of that will be my cue. You all look at me. I'll move on.
Nope, I'm going to tell you that I've locked it in every time.
We'll just make typing
the
sounds.
listeners.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay.
Well, it's also because I imagine that you just say locking it in.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Question number 2.
I don't have a character voice.
Who wrote "Beauty is Truth, Truth is Beauty" in his poem "Ode to a Grecian Urn"?
The Grecians, I should have studied. Hold. It was-
Iron.
Oh, it must have been Julius Caesar.
No, I think my mom told me this one. We had a dumb little book of poems. It was John Keats. That's who it was.
Keats.
Keats.
Beauty is truth, truth is beauty.
Keats.
Grecian urn.
Locked in.
Okay, let's get on with it. Question number 3.
It's so funny to me that we can hear the dog barking in the background.
There's just so many dogs. All of the dogs.
In the bar.
We're sitting by the
There's
window.
dogs playing trivia.
Like that poker painting.
Yeah.
They've got the visors and everything.
I want that to be canon. In this bar, they have a replication of that painting.
I
but
love
they're
It's
playing
trivia?
trivia. Yeah.
Nice.
If I owned this bar, I would have that. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3. The collective name for owls is parliament. This noun rose because of a description of a meeting of owls in what author's work?
I know this one. One of my, I was going to say roommates, but I don't have any roommates. My coworkers really like C.S. Lewis. It's C.S. Lewis.
The collection, the collective name for owls is parliament. This noun arose because of a description of a meeting of owls in what author's work?
Oh, you have to lock it in. Lock in C.S. Lewis.
Locked in.
She's gonna read it twice every time.
Yeah, but I'm still going to tell him to lock
Yeah.
it in because I like hearing him say locked in.
Okay. Question number 4. Going to the mattresses or hiding out from enemies was a term popularized by what 1969
Nice.
Mario Puzo novel and its film adaptation?
I won't lie, guys. I have no idea.
I'm still laughing at 69. I didn't hear the rest of the joke.
Listen again.
We could try Shakespeare again.
I don't.
Going to the mattresses or hiding out from enemies was a term popularized by what 1969 Mario Puzo novel and its film adaptation?
Going to the mattresses.
Just name
it's
books.
the film
based on
adaptations
hiding
that
from-
just don't make a lot of sense to me.
What book was a movie where you hid from enemies in
I'm
a
going to
bed?
write NA.
I'm going to write mattresses,
Matricide.
matricide.
Lock it in.
All right, locked it in.
You're not the one with the paper, so.
What?
Or with the tablet. I'm with the tablet.
Oh, you got the tablet now?
Yes.
But how am I going to lock it in every time?
Will you lock it in?
Are you going to say lock it in every time?
How will we know?
You won't.
Alrighty, let's move on. Question number 5.
hope
You
she
guys
locked-
locked in an
I
answer.
hope she locked it.
We did. It was
Yeah.
matricide.
What was your answer?
NA is what I wrote.
NA.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
We don't
Give us a
know.
tap.
It's not matricide.
But
not
guessing
an A.
is
Is it?
better than nothing.
NA.
Didn't your teacher ever tell you?
At the conclusion of an 1835 literary fairy tale, a small object is placed in a museum because of its critical role in finding a suitable princess to marry a prince. What is this object?
A P. It's
What?
gotta be a P. The P. The princess and the P.
Princess and P.
No. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It
But-
was a
But that's
Germanic
under
folktale
some
that
mattresses. Wait.
Let's
At the conclusion of an 1835 literary fairy tale, a small object is placed in a museum because of its critical role in finding a suitable princess to marry a prince.
It's
What is this object?
It's a P. I'm locking it in.
Yeah, it's
Why-
got to be.
Princess and the P,
Hey.
homie.
but
We're
that
locked in.
wasn't that for sleeping? That had nothing to do with
Yeah, to see if she's a suitable princess. A real
For
princess could
Because
not
Prince.
stand.
yeah, she would be able to feel a pee through. She would
Oh.
be able to feel a pee through several different layers.
It's a
of
ridiculous
mattresses.
theory.
All right, question number 6.
I had no idea that story was about finding a prince.
Although her life tragically ended at age 30,
That was about peeing.
what American poet and short story writer is credited with advancing the genre of confessional poetry and is best known for collections such as The Bell Jar? She posthumously won a Pulitzer Prize in 1982 for her collected poems?
Only confessional I can think of is Dashboard.
I think I know this one.
Okay, is it Shakespeare?
No, it's Sylvia Plath. Sylvia Plath.
Although her life tragically ended at
Okay.
age 30,
Can-
what
can
American
you
poet
Give me the tablet. I
and
just want to
short
lock it in one
story
time.
writer is credited with advancing the genre of confessional poetry and is best known for collections such as The
Thank
Bell
you.
Jar.
You have to
She
say it.
posthumously
I locked it in.
won a Pulitzer Prize in 1982 for her collective poems.
You guys should read more.
I read.
Sorry.
Sorry, I don't know why.
You
I had to think
You
about
seem
it.
so confused. You're like, He looked like
I
Like,
was
he didn't know
genuinely
what to
nervous.
say.
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
I read
Okay.
I read Hammer of the Gods just the other week. Okay, it's a Led Zeppelin biography. It's very
I just like to read fantasy. You know what I'm saying?
This is why we have to stick with the reading lists that I sent to all of you on the Discord.
We'll send them again because I don't think I ever got them. I'm pretty sure you're lying.
Okay. Number 7. The name of which punctuation mark is Greek for together?
Whoa.
man. I know all the Greek ones today.
punctuation mark.
It's a hyphen.
Yes.
The name of which
Yes.
punctuation
That makes
mark
sense.
is
Oh,
Greek
that
for
sounds
together?
Yeah, it also puts words together.
Yeah.
I think it's the only punctuation that actually puts words together.
That
Yeah.
is well in the English language, yes.
You also have the apostrophe. Okay.
The apostrophe doesn't.
All
Oh my
right.
God, the
Question
apostrophe
number
does-
8.
but not like the
It's
whole
kinda
word.
like some
Wait,
apostrophe.
say punch. So you locked it in.
I locked it in.
Locked in.
Okay.
um,
Okay. Question number 8. What language in
bet
which
it's rough.
double plus and good means very bad does the government of Oceania use to establish thought control in George
easy.
Orwell's novel 1984?
The languages would be newspeak from the novel 1984.
well, yeah, I know that too. She just said it.
What language in which double plus and good means very bad does the
Newspeak.
government of
Newspeak.
I didn't know it
Oceania
was Newspeak.
use to establish thought control in George Orwell's novel 1984?
Olivia, do you still have the title?
Newspeak.
I saw that movie.
Should I say
Lock it in.
locked it in?
Oh, okay.
Did they make that a movie? 1984.
Probably.
I didn't know that. I knew they made
Yeah.
the Giver a movie.
That's
That's not
Number
the same. I
9.
know, but like it's kind of the same vibe.
Truman Capote's famous nonfiction work in Cold Blood deserves a wow. I can't read my own handwriting. Sorry.
Dude, I'm the same one.
1 second.
She's new.
Number 9. Truman Capote's famous nonfiction work, In Cold Blood, describes a burglary and grisly quadruple murder by Richard Hitchcock and Perry Smith in Wet State.
I know this one as well.
Is it Denial?
It's
just tell us.
it's Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah, I have a-
Truman Capote's
I have a
famous
coworker from Kansas, and it's
nonfiction
like-
work.
her favorite fact to bring up because who the fuck talks about Kansas?
Yeah. Other than tornadoes, what else is there?
That's what I'm saying. There's that one witch.
By Richard Hitchcock and Perry Smith in what state?
It's Kansas. Oh, you have to say it.
Lock it in.
The host, she won't move on unless we say.
That's no, I
I know.
She will move on
I will
without
keep
us.
saying it twice.
I know.
Hey, she's
that's
a
how
new
trivia
host.
goes.
She'll figure it out.
Okay, let's see. Number 10. Iambic pentameter is a type of metric line used in English verse, most famously by William Shakespeare. While iambic describes the unstressed and stressed pattern of each two-syllable foot, the word pentameter indicates that there are how many feet within a given line.
5.
I said it first.
Locking it in.
Now she can move on.
That's like one
The
of
word
few things I
pentameter
remember.
indicates that there are how many feet within a given line. To be honest, I just didn't want to read that whole thing again.
Valid.
fair.
Honestly, I would have stopped saying it twice before starting. I would-
It's for the immersion,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at a trivia now. I got my fucking old fashioned in my hand.
Um.
My Diet
Okay,
Coke.
let's see.
This is starting to make me not want to do trivia because I don't know any of these answers.
I knew that
It's
one.
rough.
I knew that one, but that's only because I knew the word pen. Instagram.
Number
Pentameter.
11.
Burger
What
King, but whatever.
repetitively named William Faulkner novel is told as a series of flashbacks from narrator Quentin Compson to his roommate at Harvard?
Oh, Absalom. Make sure to include the exclamation point at the end there.
I was gonna say
Published, of course, in 1936.
I think
Oh.
I slept through that
What
part of my English class.
repetitively
I was gonna
named
say The
William
Princess Bride
Faulkner
until she
novel
said college roommate.
is told as a series of flashbacks from narrator
Gonna trust you on
Quentin
that, old man.
Compson to his roommate at Harvard.
You probably were there.
Locking it in.
Wait. Never mind.
All right. Number 12. Literally the study of whales, cetology, is the title of the 32nd chapter of what lengthy novel?
Wow.
My character does not know this, but I know it.
Wow.
I hate that so much. Ah.
Literally the study of whales, cetology, is the title of the 32nd chapter of what lengthy novel?
I bet
This
it.
feels toxic.
I bet it's whales.
Whales.
Whales, whales, whales. One whale, two whale.
3 whale 4.
Okay, out of character. What's the answer?
It's Moby Dick.
Ah. I'm still putting whales.
Dude, that chapter is rough.
I want to say whales.
You have to.
Whales, whales, whales.
No, just Wales.
No.
Well, I guess we have to do it 3 times because Wales is a place.
But it's spelled differently.
Is it really?
Okay, number 13.
You have to say locking it in.
Lock it in. I don't have to lock it in. I just the timer goes off.
How do you spell Wales?
Sanditon, which she began in 1817 but did not finish before she died the same year, was the last novel by what English author?
Oh.
I know this one. This one's Jane Austen.
Jane Holmes?
Sanditon, which she began in
Oh,
1817
sorry.
but did not finish before she died the same year, was the last novel by what English author?
My mom was really into Jane Austen. I did not pay enough attention, though.
Locked it in.
Thank you.
Okay. Number 14. Number 14. What famous poet who went by his initials stated, "I have measured out my life with coffee spoons"? Well-known works include the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock and The Wasteland.
R.L. Tolkien. Is that the name? Is it R.L.?
J.R.R.
Oh, you guys got
What
this one.
famous poet
You
who
got the
went by
R.
his initials stated,
Any
"I
other
have
ideas?
measured out my life with
Or we
coffee
just saying
spoons"?
Tolkien?
Well-known
we
works
just need
include the
fake
love song
initials
of
that
J.
sound like a
Alfred
writer.
Prufrock and The Wasteland.
Mark Twain.
So,
MT.
C.S. Lewis does initials. H.P. Lovecraft does initials. J.R.R. Tolkien does initials. But I don't know.
It's got to be Lovecraft.
This is why I wish they specified fiction versus non-fiction literature. There's
I'm just gonna put
it's
love.
quite a large category to
We don't know.
study ahead of time.
We get it. You read books.
Okay.
Okay, what's your answer?
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
That's such a cool name. My name's so boring. Hello?
Okay. Number 15. This is our last one. Okay, get ready. Although written under a citrusy pen name, Daniel Handler was technically the author of a set of 13 books detailing the story of Sonny, Klaus, and Violet Baudelaire and their struggles to escape their unpleasant circumstances. What is the name of this series? Oh, and here's a fun fact. Each of the 13 novels includes a newly discovered library as part of the plot. Again, we are looking for the name of the series, not the author's pseudonym.
The Boxcar
Mhm.
Kids.
The box
So,
card kids? Is that
As an angsty little teenager boy, I really loved this series.
Although written under a citrusy
was
pen
it?
name,
Um,
Daniel Handler
a
was
series.
technically the
Oh,
author of a
unfortunate
set of
events.
Yeah, that's what I
13
was
Oh.
thinking.
books detailing the story of Sonny, Klaus, and Violet
Series
Baudelaire.
of
What was her pen
Unfortunate.
name?
and their struggles
I don't
to
know.
Lemony
escape
Snicket.
their
Oh,
unpleasant
that's right.
circumstances.
Right, right.
Citrusy.
What is the name of
Yeah.
the series?
I was trying to think of lemons or oranges. Oh, you have to say the phrase.
A series of unfortunate events.
No, the
Again,
follow-on
we are
phrase.
looking for the name of the series, not the
Look at
author's pseudonym.
This is exactly how trivia nights go.
Yeah.
too.
All right, I'm going to look up at these scores real quick. Give me a couple minutes and we'll crown our winner. All
There you
right. So we have a tie for our
Oh,
third
my.
place.
Oh.
We've got the Trivia Babes, and they're like, "Ah, yeah." You can tell it's like this just like group of moms that have gotten together and they're like winos essentially.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
reliving their bachelorette parties.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're always going, woo!
And the bookworms. Congratulations, you guys.
The table of worms.
There's like just clapping and whatever. It's just
A table of worms.
in second place. We've got Factually.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what it's
Yes.
doing. They're in second place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And winning by 1 point.
She meant to say a landslide.
Trivia New Roman.
Woo!
Good job, you guys.
So bad for making fun of the
Free
woo.
nachos
Imagine being on
tonight.
Factually.
She
Wow.
comes and brings you a gift card for the bar. It
Cool.
essentially gets you
Free nachos.
Not-
free nachos. It's like $15 for the
Mhm.
whole table to split.
Yep.
Cool.
That's okay. We can get like 3 nachos for that.
And it's good for a week, so when we come back next week, we can use it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Gigabrain.
It's essentially to keep you guys coming.
Mhm. And it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
It does.
It does work.
Because then when we come and we don't have the nachos, we want to die.
All right. Same time next
Okay.
week, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll speak for Professor. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week.
All right,
He had to leave early.
yeah.
As you guys are kind of finishing up and walking out and saying goodbye, like, oh yeah, see you later. I'll text you on the Discord, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of go your separate ways. And you notice that there was a recent car wreck. There's glass all over the street. It's kind of that there's some clear, but there's that like yellow or not yellow, red kind of tail light looking
Mm.
glass. And it's weird though, because you didn't hear it from outside of the pub or like inside of the pub, but you're not sure if the car wreck maybe happened before or after, but it's kind of ominous to just leave the bar. It's getting dark. It's still raining, and there's just glass scattered everywhere. And you kind of give each other that look of like,
That's weird.
this is weird. When did this happen, you know?
Mhm.
And they all look to you, Alex, and kind of shrug your shoulders,
Yeah,
like,
don't
I
worry,
didn't
I
hear
don't know.
anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not on the clock.
I was right there with you guys. Like,
and you all head home.
that dog, man.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of
I'm so excited.
So happy
I'm
we
so
won
stoked.
trivia.
I'm gonna
To
box
do the
Zeus.
crime.
you guys
Solving?
honestly did decently well. I'm surprised that you got as many as you did. Heads up for listeners, I did give them some of the answers that their characters would know. But there were answers in there that they had to come up with on their own, and they only missed 3. So,
What ones did
It
we miss?
wasn't Shakespeare.
Was it the H.P. Lovecraft?
It wasn't H.P.
It
Lovecraft.
was not H.P. Lovecraft. It was. Let me get back to my notes.
Watch it be Tolkien, bro. Scream.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't.
throw
You didn't
rocks.
even name him, and I was like,
T.S. Eliot.
it was T.S.
Dang
Eliot.
it.
God damn,
Damn it!
The Godfather was the going to the mattresses
Oh,
one. I was
yeah.
hoping you guys would get it just
That's
because,
what we
like,
punched in.
I've
the
never
movie
watched
is-
Godfather as an adult.
I've never
uh,
watched Godfather.
I watched it as a kid, which is
I've
not
watched
ideal.
it like once,
I've
and
never
I was
seen it.
not paying enough attention.
yeah.
yeah, and then Moby Dick, which you guys,
We
Way
would have
better.
got if I was actually there,
yeah,
Damn. See, I told you it was a P.
it was a P. I was very proud of you. I was like, nice.
That's
She-
crazy.
Princess and the P.
but yeah.
Okay.
They stack up like 100 mattresses.
I used to
and she's like, I
reference-
can't
yeah.
sleep on this shit.
I used to reference that book a lot where people were like, I'm uncomfortable. I never knew it was like, wow, that's how you know she's a princess. I thought she was just like this shit's buns, bro. Like there's a pee under my mattress. Like
Yeah, no, it was like
yeah, I
the
didn't know that
test.
until I was an adult. I've only watched. I didn't realize that it was to tell that she was a princess. I just thought that it was
Yeah.
like it's just a weird standard the prince had.
She's got to be able
No,
to
it wasn't
sleep
even
on
the
this
prince.
pee.
It was his mom.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. The more you know. Anyway, deuces rejects.
yeah,
Later,
see ya,
nerds.
we're really excited.
Bye.
See you at
I'm
trivia.
gonna box the Roman god.
This thing makes a weird noise.
Trivia. Roll.
I'm so scared it's gonna pop. I know it won't, but I'm so scared it's gonna pop.
It didn't make.
You're too quiet.
I am, man.
Be louder then.
Quietest person I know.
No, sometimes you yell.
Yeah, I yell
I'm
sometimes.
God, bro.
That's how
I
we
do
sound.
sound like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
For a second, I thought there were two of you in the room,
We're
but
twins.
True.
Gemini.
Today's sponsor, Wesley and Wesley.
Why?
Wesley
Sorry,
and
CB&T.
Associates.
Wesley and
S&W.
Associates.
Is that a thing? I know A&W is a thing. They have root beer. City of Mist.
You know
Okay.
the W and